Acer's entry into the smartphone market has been deliberately slow, especially in North America, where competition is tight and it's easy for makers to get lost in the crowd. Much like its PC business, the high-end flagship isn't Acer's game. It's the sandbox of the mid-range and lower that the company wants to play in, as it looks to gain a sliver of market share. The Liquid Jade Z has already been on the market in Asia and Europe for months, though its availability in the US as an affordable handset at a decent outright price doesn't bring much brand power with it. The company simply isn't known in these parts as a smartphone manufacturer. In trying to take on the likes of Motorola, Asus, HTC and Huawei, does this phone help Acer to compete? Design. What's most obvious about the Liquid Jade Z is its weight and thickness, or lack thereof. At a mere 110 grams and 7.9 millimeters thin, it's considerably lighter and thinner than other handsets with 5-inch displays. The feathery design has much to do with the type of materials used to craft the device, and it's mostly down to a thinner plastic back, etched in a unique pattern. It does improve grip, and doesn't look too bad, but premium craftsmanship, this is not. The lens protrudes out noticeably, which comes as no surprise when the phone's body is this thin. At the bottom is the rear speaker. The front is pretty standard. Gorilla Glass 3 should help keep the 5-inch display relatively scratch-resistant and free from cracking. The speaker at the top looks a little unusual by smartphone standards, and the front-facing camera sits right next to it. The front and back are fused together by sides with a muted chrome-like finish and curved corners that give the phone better handling. The slot for the nano SIM and micro SD card, or dual nano SIMs, comes out of the left, and it proves to be finicky to put back in with the cards in place. Rather than slide in gracefully, the tray requires a steady hand to slip through. The other side has the volume rockers, while the power button is at the top. The 3.5mm headphone jack is at the top on the other end, and the micro USB port is at the bottom right corner instead of the middle. At 5 inches, and with decent dimensions, a Liquid Jade Z can fit in any pocket. Screen resolution takes a bump down to 720p, but pixel density is a respectable 294 ppi, and with an IPS LCD panel, brightness and viewing angles are more than adequate. Acer claims that zero-gap technology is a big part of that, because it positions the panel and glass so close together that the space between them is airtight. Apple has touted this for years, and the improved contrast resulting from it on the iPhone has long been evident. The Liquid Jade Z seems to take advantage of that design tweak, too.